Hi everybody, Dan Illman here, taking a look at the Stronach 5 sequence for Friday, October the 11th. $100,000 guaranteed gross pool, $1 minimum wager, low 12% takeout. Let's take a look at the first leg of this Friday's Stronach 5. It's race number 7 at Laurel. It's a one-turn mile. It's a maiden special weight for 2-year-old fillies. Instead of giving you a specific ticket, as usual, we are well before scratches, changes, track conditions, etc. So I'm going to give you some opinions on horses that I'm considering using in my Stronach 5. Use, discard, do whatever you want, but when it's time for you to make your final decisions, please use Ticketmaker, available on DRF Bets and on DRF.com, where you can weigh your opinions with the ABC method devised by Stephen Christ. I'm very comfortable going with two horses in leg A, the 8, Barbara Gordon, the 5, Lookin' Dynamic. Barbara Gordon was a horse that I made a horse to watch on DRFTV's Out of the Gate program after her career debut on September the 14th. She did not break very well. She was near the back of the pack. She looped up with this gigantic 5-wide bid to get into contention, and then she flattened out understandably. She is a horse with a big route pedigree, being by commissioner. She gets a chance to stretch out 2 furlongs here for an excellent second-out trainer in Arnaud de la Cour, and she is simply the horse to beat. Lookin' Dynamic is sort of a stab because she's going turf to dirt, but she has a very powerful dirt pedigree. Not only is she by Looking at Lucky, the dam placed in the Delaware handicap on the dirt. The dam is already full 2 stakes winners on the main track. Trainer Michael Trombetta is having a strong meeting. This filly showed some late ability in her debut, going 5.5 on the turf. And I really believe that she's going to appreciate switching to the dirt and stretching out in distance. The 8, Barbara Gordon, I expect her to get hit hard off that 7-2 morning line. Maybe a bit more value with the 5, Lookin' Dynamic. Those are the 2 I want to use and concentrate on to kick off the Stronach 5. We'll move down to Gulfstream Park West for leg B, $35,000 maiden claimer, 6 furlongs on the maiden track, 2-year-old fillies. 3 horses in here I'm going to use in equal weight. It's a fairly tough race. The number 1, It's Enough. Last time out, when dropped to the $25,000 level, she looked home as a 5-2 second choice in the race. She was tracking the pace 3 wide, made the lead turning into the stretch, and she kind of hung a little bit. She was bumped by the resurgent runner-up who was inside of her in mid-stretch. She earned a 49 Beyer speed figure. She has speed nearest the inside. She's probably going to be in contention when the field turns into the stretch. She's 5-2 on the morning line. It's not great value to win. But I think in the Stronach 5, she's a horse that you have to use. The 4, Nah Dude, last time out, raced with blinkers for the first time. She showed improved speed as expected. It was a sloppy track, and she ran into 2 horses that just ran away from the rest of the field. I think it was a good effort for her, and I don't think it was the slop that moved her up. I think it was the blinkers. She's another one that can be close to the pace. And perhaps the 7, Paola's Team, who's at 6-1 on the morning line. This filly showed good early speed in her debut over that sloppy track against Nah Dude. She's come back to work a strong 5 furlongs. I think Paola's Team, with her outside speed, should be in a very good spot turning into the stretch. I'm curious to see what she does if the going is fast. So the 1, the 4, and the 7, they just look like 3 logical horses to use in leg B of this week's Stronach 5. We move out west to Santa Anita for race number 3. It is a staked-bred maiden special weight at 1 mile on the turf. I want to key 2 horses as my A's. The 5, Cool Your Jets, the 1, Fravel. Cool Your Jets last time out made her first start off of a 8+ month layoff, and I thought it was a really nice prep for this horse. He was outrun early, he was near the back of the pack while saving ground, he moved up along the inside, and he finished willingly. He's getting blinkers on, and I think he's going to show a bit more speed in his second start of the form cycle. I understand anyone that's starting to get a little bit tired of his act. He's raced 10 times, he's hit the board 7 times, he hasn't won a race. But I think this is a good spot for Cool Your Jets to show increased early speed. The pace should at least be fair, and I think he's going to be running late. As for Fravel, he's going to add blinkers. He's been beaten at relatively short prices in his first 2 starts. Last time out, he got a slight blind switch on the far turn when he was in behind horses, and a horse just looped him from the outside and kept him locked in. He finished with a bit of interest. The blinkers are on. It's a nice inside post position, and I just see Joe Talamo working out a pace-tracking, ground-saving trip with Fravel. The 1 and the 5 are the horses I want to use as an A. I'm not sure what I want to do with the 6, Cafe Clara, whether she's a B or a C, but this horse showed improved speed last time. I just simply went way too fast. under a 7-pound bug rider, clearing off to set a pressured pace down towards the inside with fractions of 23, 46, and 4, and understandably, he was tired at the end of that race. He has been given plenty of time to recover from that effort, and he can be forwardly placed in this race. There's not a lot of form in here, so perhaps the best place to be is up top, and Cafe Clara, 12-1 on the morning line, can be used as a backup. We return to Laurel for leg D of this Stronach 5 wager, $10,000 beaten claimer, 5.5 furlongs on the main track. Again, I want to concentrate on 2 horses as my A plays in the Stronach 5. The 3 is Crazed. The 10 is Make the Rules. Crazed didn't beat much last time out at Delaware over a speed-favoring track, and the horse went gate to wire, but boy, he destroyed that field. He won by about 9 lengths. He was basically ridden out as the odds-on favorite. He was claimed out of that race by a very capable horseman in Michael Gorham, and he could simply be the speed nearest the rail as he cuts back to 5.5 furlongs. He's run well at Laurel in the past. Yes, he's taking a step up in class. Maybe there'll be a little bit of pace pressure in the form of Rip Rap Riley, but I think Crazed, in the form he's in right now, might be good enough to take them wire to wire. And if he doesn't do it, I think he gets run down late by Make the Rules, who goes out for Jamie Ness, adds blinkers, and makes the second start off an extremely long layoff. He raced at Delaware last time out and was forced very wide turning into the stretch. Again, it was his first race in over a year, and he was running on at the end of that race. If he just needed the start and the blinkers keep him sharp, he's going to work out a nice outside stalking trip under Trevor McCarthy. He's 6-1 in the morning line. I think he's going to get bet off of that, but I think he's a horse that you need to use seriously in the Stronach 5. The aforementioned Rip Rap Riley is a horse that I would use as a backup simply because Dale Capuano's just been on a roll at this meet. He's winning with almost a quarter of his starters. This horse showed big early speed, went fast early, just held on at 6.5, and I like him cutting back to 5.5 in chase mode where he's going to be tracking a horse like Crazed. So the 3 and the 10 will be my A's. The 4 will be my B. We'll complete this week's Stronach 5 sequence, $100,000 guaranteed gross pool, 12% low takeout. Santa Anita, race number 4, 5.5 furlongs on the main track, $20,000 maiden claimer. Tough race where I'd like to use 3. The 5 Harless, the 3 Rhine Shaft, and maybe the 4 Fortnight Dance is the one you want to use at a big price. Let's start with Fortnight Dance, who 2 starts back ran for the $35,000 tag at Del Mar and was just completely overmatched at 46-1 that day. They dropped this one in for 20 last time out. He got bumped hard at the start as the favorite, was far back, widest in the stretch, but was reaching out for ground late. They're putting the blinkers on. I like him at this level. With a fair start, I don't think he has to be far behind. He's the best price of the horses I want to use in the Stronach 5 at 6-1 on the morning line. Rhine Shaft, the 3, is going to get blinkers for trainer Hector Palma. This one prompted the pace last time out, was just out-sprinted on the turn, and then was no match for Gate Speed, who just ran away and hid. He's halving in price. This is the cheapest he's ever been in his career, and I would expect Rhine Shaft to show good early speed. This might be his best chance to win a race. He's been double digits in both lifetime starts. And as for Harless, he's listed as a new gelding. He's making his second start of the form cycle, and he's shown speed in his career. It's just that the stamina has not been there. Perhaps the gelding process will work for him. I usually don't trust these older maidens. He's 5 years old. This is only his 9th lifetime start. But in a field like this, again, taking a drop in class as a new gelding, he doesn't have much to beat, and he should be forwardly placed. So the ones I'm considering using, 3, 4, and 5, and the final leg of the Stronach 5. The action kicks off on Friday with race number 7 at Laurel. It has an approximate post time of 4:33 Eastern. Good luck.